Hey guys, it's Ron Bass without his microphone on.
Oh, me too.
There we go. It's another edition. Where's Mike at?
Where's Mike?
Where's Mike? It's another edition of the Ron Bass Show, your source for inspiration, encouragement, motivation, humor.
Oh,
Mr. Brent Atterbury,
hey,
executive producer.
happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Well, that's a deep subject for shallow minds.
Yes.
What are we going to talk about today?
Let's see.
Something I did want to bring up again. I like to bring it up a lot because it's, in my opinion, super cool because I invented it. I didn't really invent it, but I put together something that I have found to be very useful in a day-to-day, in your day-to-day life. So I figured it out that you're either in one of four places in your life every day. You're either in an emergency scenario, like, oh my God, everything's falling apart. What am I going to do? And I don't have any resources, yada, yada. Or you're in a survival mode, which might mean, hey, you're at least getting up every day, handling yourself somehow. You're not getting ahead, but you're eking it out. Or you're at par, which may mean, hey, you're paying your bills, your health's okay, your relationship's okay with your family and friends and girlfriends and boyfriends and husbands and whatever. Or you're advancing, which is really the place that you'd want to try to be in life generally, because at that point you're getting ahead, you're being progressive, you're making things happen that you've always wanted to make happen. And that's the ultimate place to be. But I like this so much because I ask myself every day, where am I at? And I find that every day is different. There's so many factors that control these categories. Money and health and luck and economy and, just
Other people.
Weather, depression, mental illness, addiction, yada, yada, yada. Oh my gosh. Why ice cream? That's it, man. God, you got me on this ice cream trip now. Every night I'm eating ice cream. I don't know what's got into me.
Oh,
But that's another
addiction.
Sugar. Oh my God, thanks a lot. Okay, some medical news, some cool medical news. This is very inspirational, I think. The Germans have come up with this new heart. It's all handmade, or it's made by the laboratory or the manufacturing company. And I think they're using some tissue from, I think, a pig or a cow as part of the mechanics. But regardless, it works on two batteries that are external, and they say it'll last forever. Well, I don't know about forever, but they say that this could take the place of heart transplants, like real hearts. That's pretty crazy. I know there's some other companies that are doing things kind of like this, but supposedly this is the next big thing. So if that happens, people don't have to be on a waiting list for a heart transplant. Be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? And they say it works like a heart, like it beats like a heart. Who knows, huh?
Wow.
That's cool stuff, though.
Battery-operated heart.
Yeah.
What if you could get a solar-operated heart?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But I think it's super cool how there's so much new medical technology happening now. I'm reading about it almost every week about something new they're coming up with to help people with Parkinson's, or to help people with dementia, or to help people with cancer. And I was reading that, like the dementia thing, Bruce Willis, the famous actor, he's 70, they just put him into a home. Like they can't take care of him anymore. It's just too much for the family, right? How sad is that? This guy was one of my favorite action heroes when I was a kid. Great actor. But hey, you know what? You just never know what's going to come your way. And when it does, you do the best you can. He did the best he could for as long as he could. And when it's out of your control, man, it's out of your control. I've been reading a lot of stories about people getting ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease. Lou Gehrig's disease is, it was named after the famous baseball player Lou Gehrig. Mm-hmm. Basically, though, it just takes your muscles away from you. It just gradually decreases your ability to have any muscle at all. And so eventually you just can't even breathe, can't eat, can't do anything. And you just slowly die in a wheelchair, which is horrible. And it only takes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're gone. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is the struggle. Think about that. Speaking of that, and I don't think they have a cure for that, by the way. I know they don't, but they're always trying to come up with some ways to solve the problem, right? But speaking of the struggle, so many people that I know that are smoking and drinking and drugging and all those things, and they'll say to me like, hey man, you know, you're going to die anyway. But I say to them, it's not the dying that's the difficult part. It's the struggle and the all the way to the death. How much you're going to be in so much, you're going to be so uncomfortable and so much pain and so much discomfort along that way. And it could take years to die. You know, you get the stroke, you get the heart attack, you get the cancer, you can't breathe, the COPD, all those things, man. It's not worth the smoking, drinking, drugging, vaping. Say what you want, guys, but it's just not worth it. Then the comeback is, well, you know, you could die anyway from this or that. Yes, but why improve your odds of those things happening if you don't have to improve those odds? But Ron, it relaxes me. It's this. I get it, but there's a lot of other ways to relax and feel comfortable with yourself other than doing all those things, namely exercise, prayer, rest, martial arts. We're in a martial arts school right now doing our podcast, which we do every week here in the United States, in Missouri. So I'm not trying to preach, guys. I'm just going down this list of things that I think are important that I'd like to talk about today. Speaking of physical and mental, look, man, you got to enjoy your life, and you have to focus on physical and mental things. You have to focus on your physical and your mental. If you focus on that, then you know what? You're going to have a much happier life. Happy is a very key word. What's the point of living if you're going to be unhappy every day, right? And a lot of people are born with unhappiness in the form of depression. Some people get depressed because of things that happen in your life. I get that, but the majority of depression is chemical imbalance. You're just simply born with that problem. And that's why people do drugs, because it makes them feel better. Brings up the endorphins. But there's other ways to do that, like exercise. We'll do the same dang thing without all the the side effects, right? So you can't control a lot of things, just like Brent was saying, but you can control who you hang out with. You can control, your exercise situation, your environment, the rest, the nutrition, all the basic things. And I'm not saying it's a where-all, be-all scenario, but it definitely makes a difference. It definitely has a positive impact. Plus, you're setting a great example for your children and your family and your coworkers and anybody that comes in your reach. They're going to have at least some positive impression that you leave on them. And I think as you get older, this becomes a much more important thing to do. Setting a good pace, setting a good example for people. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Along the lines of the medical thing, there's some more cool stuff going on also. And I was trying to find some notes that were along those lines, but I don't see them. So anyway, medical technology, man, it's like helping out so many different problems, medical problems. And I think someday there's going to be like a cure for maybe everything. We're not there yet, obviously, but I was reading about cancer. They say, oh yeah, there's a vaccine. That's what I was thinking about. I think I don't remember what country it is, but they've got a vaccine. Maybe it's Russia, yeah. They say they've got a vaccine now for cancer. Who knows, with Russia, you don't know about the propaganda, right? It might be true, it might not be true, but I don't care where it comes from, man. If they can get a cure for it,
oh wow,
who cares where it comes from, right?
Yep.
And I know that they're making a lot of progress on certain cancers where they're working on the cell level and, where they're able to come up with different techniques and different ways to, if not eradicate it, at least, prolong it or where it doesn't come back as quick. Because a lot of times you lose the cancer, but it comes back, right? People, I'm cancer-free. Well, maybe you're never cancer-free. Maybe it just goes dormant, and then it comes back. And I'm not sure if I really like the bell ringing because, if you get the impression, I'm going to be free of cancer forever, I'm not sure about that. And a lot of cases, it seems like it does come back. And then what does that do for that person's psychic? Like then, now they're going to be even more discouraged because I didn't think it was going to come back, but it came back. I don't know how honest the medical world is with these patients. You see where I'm going with this? Do they tell them like, hey, you're cured for now, but it could come back? Or do they just say, oh, yeah, you're probably never going to see it? I don't know, man. I just think that bell ringing might be a little bit over the top. They ring the bell whenever they lose their cancer or the cancer goes away. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying to myself, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. That's just my opinion. I've got a lot of opinions. Have you noticed? Well, gee whiz, if I can read my notes. Okay, talking about money. I was thinking about this the other day, like the guy's got all this money in the bank, but to me the most important thing is your ability to earn the money. We've talked about this before. Like if you have the knowledge and the skill and the ambition to create income, you're never going to be broke. You might go down, come back up, down, come back up, but I think that's more important than, hey, I've got all this money in the bank. Because that money can go away quick. But if you keep restocking it with new income, now you're always going to have a certain amount of money on hand that you can have a peace of mind, you can pay your bills, you can invest in business or health or fitness or family and friends, whatever you want to do, or charities, whatever you want to do. Speaking of charities, I read that Jeff Bezos' wife, the guy that started Amazon, the richest woman in the world, by the way. Can you imagine getting divorced and she got like 30 plus billion with a B? Wow. But she's given away, I think, something like 30 or 40% of that money already. And then, of course, Warren Buffett, the guy that owns Berkshire Hathaway, lives in Omaha, Nebraska. He's 95, one of the richest guys in the world, built a big, successful investment portfolio. His goal is to give away most of his wealth before he dies and then leave whatever's left to his children, I think. So that's pretty cool. People that make a lot of money that have that kind of attitude. We need more of those kinds of people in the world.
I agree.
Okay, well, I was at the gym the other day and my friend was kind of struggling. She's a really super smart gal. She's a nurse, and she's going to be doing a competition in the next few weeks in Boston, Massachusetts, and she was kind of struggling there in the gym getting prepared for the competition. And I was posting some things that I thought was kind of to the point. I said, not giving up is the real W. W stands for the win, right? The medal is just the icing on the cake. So in other words, the key to the whole thing is, just staying the course. That's the win. Because if you do that, guys, you're going to have some W's. You're going to have some medals. You're going to have some financial success. You're going to have some things happen that are really cool. But not giving up is the key. If you give up, we talk about it all the time, then you got nothing. Who cares about the medal if you're giving up on yourself? You can't do that. And then I posted one other thing I thought was kind of interesting. It's hard to stop a fast-moving train. And so somebody responded to that by saying, duh, that's just physics, isn't it? Or something like that. I thought, oh my God, you're missing the whole point. The idea is that if somebody's really on the move and there's some momentum, I don't care what's in their way. They're going to figure it out. They're going to get through the mountain, under the mountain, over the top, around the side. Somehow they're going to get through it. So just a couple thoughts, guys. Sometimes I get philosophical at the gym. I think it's the endorphins working out. The brain just goes into high gear.
You messaged me when you were working out.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Talking about the podcast. We've got some ideas we're thinking about doing, guys, on the podcast. We're thinking about every once in a while bringing in a guest, either that has a great story as far as an inspirational story or a great success story, and we can tie that into with our philosophies here at the podcast. So stay tuned for that coming up down the line. All right, maybe one or two final thoughts here, and then we'll get out of here. I was reading about this, speaking of inspirational, a couple of inspirational stories, and we'll get out of here. Well, we'll let Brent jump in. This guy was 102 years old, and he climbed Mount Everest. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Japanese guy. Which Japanese guys tend to be a little bit more, they live longer for a lot of different reasons, usually, than the American guys do, or Western culture does. And he said he trained for I think 5 months to do this, getting up every morning at 5 o'clock and doing this and hiking. And 102. Now, man, if he can do that at 102,
That's crazy.
we've got no excuses, right?
Right.
I thought that was a cool story. And then one last interesting story. This kid, he's in second grade, but he's already been accepted by the Mensa Society. Is that what they call it when you're a genius?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's called the... It's because you're not a genius.
I wouldn't know what, Ron.
Yeah. But I'm not a genius. My IQ, though, is above average, but it's... Man, I've got friends of mine that their IQ is so high. You can just be around them and you can just sense it. You know, like Brent and I, we're not dumb, but man, you get around certain people, you can just tell their IQ is so friggin' high. I've got a couple, huh?
Or low.
Or low, yeah, one or the other, right? So this kid's only in second grade. He's got an IQ of, it has to be 160 or over. I think the average IQ in America is something like 98 or something, maybe. So that gives you an impression how smart this kid is at second grade. He's already doing like high school, college stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know what? You're probably born that way. Genetics. I think we talk about this from time to time. I think genetics can play quite a role in people's success in their life. It's not everything, but if you've got really good genetics, it's a real nice launch pad, in my opinion. Take advantage of it, guys. If you've got a high IQ and you can learn quickly, use that to your advantage. So whatever trade that you pick, you can excel much quicker in that trade and apply yourself. Man, you can, the sky's the limit. All right, sir, any breaking news?
Yes.
Imagine that.
So do mosquitoes love you?
They love me.
Okay. Well, maybe you shouldn't have answered that.
Oh, no.
This group of Dutch scientists did a study on why mosquitoes like some people more than others.
Okay.
And they found that mosquitoes are drawn to those who avoid sunscreen.
Avoid sunscreen.
Drink beer.
I don't drink beer.
And sleep with someone else the night before and don't shower often.
Oh my God! Well, I do shower often. I haven't slept with anybody's neighbor lately, but I do avoid sunscreen.
So they said the study they did, the people that had sunscreen that didn't drink beer, that didn't sleep with someone else, much, much, much fewer bites than the people that did.
That's interesting.
So I just thought that was interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I guess for those that are all drinking all the time, if they want to stop, this gives them reason to stop.
Aha.
Mosquitoes will not bite you as much anymore.
Man, I hate mosquito bites.
They're the worst.
They're the worst.
And then today, you're going to love this.
Okay.
Blast from the past is National TV Dinner Day.
Ooh, that was my favorite.
Yep. I used to eat those all the time.
And
they're still available, and I think people still eat them, but
every once in a while I'll buy one.
We had them all the time when I was growing up.
Oh yeah.
It's also National Swap Ideas Day.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, so thought you'd like that.
I like that.
So
Brett and I, we often swap ideas.
Yes.
Sometimes we swat the ideas down.
SWAT
versus swap.
When we swap.
That's pretty good, huh?
Yep.
I'm getting better at this.
Yeah.
These quips, huh?
Yes.
I'm just being silly. Silly, Willie. Ooh, that rhymes.
Yes, it does.
Is that all you got?
Say no to.
Man.
Well, yeah. I mean, those were the more fun ones.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
so not to change the subject, but if you're done.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
I was watching the Drew Barrymore show on television while I'm on the Stairmaster at the gym. They've got these huge TVs hanging up in front of me, and I don't have the volume, but I like to read their lips. That's kind of weird, isn't it? I wonder where I got into that trip. But I do. I read their lips so I can pretty much understand the whole program. Is that an art, or is that just like normal?
I think it's both.
I think I'm a little abnormal, probably. But at any rate, I was watching her show, and I was sharing it with Brent about how they break up the show. She'll have like segments. And I think to myself, that's kind of how we do our podcast. And we didn't even plan to do it like that. But I think in her case, a television show, it's very planned out. But she's very talkative, I noticed. And I say to myself, golly, she talks a lot. And I remember seeing her interviewed way before she had her television show, but she's super talkative. And I thought, is that good or bad? You know, it's her personality. She's super sweet. People really like her. I've read a lot of interviews about her, but I don't know, man. She's a character for sure.
Yep. Well, you know this. The show's designed for entertainment.
Yep.
And it's designed to also get ratings so they can sell advertising
Yes.
to keep it on the show. Because
Yes.
if there's no advertisers, the show goes away. So it's pure entertainment. And so, you know, that's what it's for. Yours, on the other hand, is more for helping people
Yes.
and helping others.
Yes.
So
Speaking of that, and on that note, I guess we'll close things out. We've bored everybody enough, I think, today. So, guys, appreciate all the comments. The last podcast, a lot of people commented how much they enjoyed the podcast and how much you got out of the podcast, which is certainly our goal, that you can gain something from listening to our podcast or watching our podcast. So, thank you guys so much for the comments. Keep them coming. I always like to respond to every one of them. And on that note, just remember, if you don't give up, eventually those stars are going to line up. And that's a positive thing, obviously. So, guys, look, stay the course. Keep your chin up. No matter how hard it gets, it doesn't matter. Keep getting yourself back up. Brush yourself off. Kick it back up. Brush yourself off. Never give up, man. Never give up. You go to your grave, but never give up. Right to the time you go to your grave. That's just the way it's supposed to be. And somewhere along the way, you're going to have more ups than downs. You're going to have some downs, I promise you, but you're going to have more ups than downs if you stay that course and you keep positive, and you stay the course, and you keep a positive mindset. That's really all it takes, is just determination and not giving up and being consistent. You have to be consistent too. All right, guys, until that time comes, and even after that time, just remember to always stay positive.